Datuk Seri Najib Razak has contended that it was not his responsibility to retrieve the funds from SRC International's bank account in Switzerland after it was frozen over alleged money laundering offences. Rather, he told the KL High Court that it was the SRC management's job to recover the monies, which were part of the 4 billion ringgit loan it received from KWAP. He said this in response to AG Tan Sri Tommy Thomas's accusation that he had done nothing when the funds were revealed to have been transferred overseas and stuck in BSI Bank. Najib also earlier admitted that he did not know how much was left in the Swiss bank account. However, he denied that SRC was insolvent as the company still had cash in those accounts. Meanwhile, it was revealed in court today that the cabinet decision to provide a government guarantee for SRC's initial 3.95 billion ringgit loan application to KWAP was made even before the company formally appointed its directors. As such, Thomas alleged that the arrangement was made solely on Najib's directives without going through any board. The former PM disagreed and stressed that he merely approved decisions made by the SRC board. Najib also claimed that he did not know how SRC spent the billions after the first KWAP loan was disbursed and said the second loan application was not his decision but SRC's. BIMB Holdings will be undertaking a group restructuring exercise that will ultimately result in it transferring its listing status to subsidiary Bank Islam Malaysia. BIMB says this exercise will also unlock significant value for its shareholders. The exercise will involve a proposed placement of new BIMB shares to raise 800 million ringgit, which will be used to fully settle the group's outstanding sukuk held by Lembaga Tabung Haji. The restructuring will also include a plan to settle BIMB's warrants, whereby warrant holders will be paid a cash consideration. The internal reorganisation will also see BIMB dispose of its entire equity interest in stockbroking and leasing subsidiaries to Bank Islam to be settled in cash. On the completion of these exercises, BIMB says its entire shareholdings in Bank Islam and Syarikat Takaful Malaysia Keluarga will be distributed by way of distribution in specie to its shareholders. If successful, Bank Islam will emerge as a sole pure-play, full-fledged Islamic financial institution to be listed in the region and enhance its corporate structure. Shares in both EcoWorld Development Group and EcoWorld International jumped after its chairman Tan Sri Liew Kee Sin was quoted as saying that despite the property downturn, this year would be the best year. He had also said that next year will be even better but did not elaborate. After a quiet morning, EcoWorld stock came alive in the afternoon, rising to a high of 75.5 cent before calming to close 15.5% up at 74.5 cent. It was Bursa Malaysia's second most actively traded stock, with 61.6 million shares changing hands. EWI similarly saw active afternoon trade, closing 7.2% up at a 52-week high of 1 ringgit and 4 cent. EcoWorld is due to release its results on December 12. Previously, it saw net profit improve by over 50% to 121.97 million ringgit for the 9 months ended July 31, 2019. EWI also saw better numbers previously, swinging from a net loss of 23.78 million ringgit to a net profit of 68.71 million ringgit for the period. Earlier, Liew said that the group is unfazed by the property glut as it is confident of its strategy in differentiating itself from others in the market. Velesto Energy bagged a $30 million or 125 million ringgit contract from Abu Dhabi's Mubadala Petroleum to provide jack-up drilling rig to undertake drilling services for the Pegaga development drilling program. According to a BOS filing, Velesto says the contract is to drill 7 firm wells with an expected commencement date sometime in the second quarter of 2020. Velesto says it will use its Naga 4 rig to undertake the works, which has a drilling depth capability of 30,000 feet and an operating water depth of 400 feet. According to the group, the contract is expected to contribute positively towards earnings for FY 2020. Digital financial services in Southeast Asia should contribute about 5% of the financial sector's top line this year, according to estimates by Bank Negara. Deputy Governor Jessica Chew says this figure is set to more than double to 11% within the next 5 years, driven among others by digital lending, investment, remittance and insurance products. In Malaysia, she says the most recent demand-side survey on financial capability and inclusion indicated that 4 in 10 Malaysians utilize internet banking services, up from just 1 in 10 as recently as 3 years before. This trend, she says, is expected to intensify with the expansion in digital product offerings and growing acceptance of online financial services.